Hello, Zach here once again with another random map game, and what can I say, this is the same intro every single video pretty much, and today I've got one from AoCbox once again, and I've been told that this is a good game, and it's not a Hun war, you'll be pleased to know. So who have we got playing? In the top of the map today, in red, we have SFI Error, so Error playing as Vikings, and down to the south of the map we have the king of AoC, undoubtedly the king of AoC. It is Daut himself playing as CSI Daut. I didn't know he was part of CSI clan. I think CSI is actually still around. In fact, I think I was talking to a guy from the CSI clan earlier on today, and he is playing as Franks. So we've got Franks versus Vikings on Migration. Migration is one of those maps that, I don't know, I love it. Migration is one of my favourite maps of all time. Personally, I just think it's a great map, and it's interesting because you've got to find the balance of gaining water control and taking the middle island, because there is a lot of gold on the middle island, as you can see, and there is a few relics on the middle island as well. And obviously another thing about the middle island is that once you're on the middle island, it's very much easier to actually push out from there. If you dock on this side, for instance, as Daut, to just cross this little stretch of water and land your opponent's island, which is just here. So obviously Migration is one of those interesting maps because it requires you to move the focus of your base from the little starting island that you have at the start to the central island towards the late game, and we usually see a lot of fierce battling out for the center island as well, as it's such a crucial area of the map. Of course, this map has good fish also, as we can see. Daut already getting quite a few fishes out. In fact, he's got 6 fishes out already, and I don't know why he's continuing to gather shorefish there. It would make more sense to go for these guys at the edge. And obviously, this is a very important map to gain water control due to the fact that fishing ships give a very nice boost to the economy in the early game, and they can be used to great effect if you want to go for a fast castle or something along those lines. But of course, you need to keep them safe, otherwise your opponent will gain a very big advantage over you. As you can see, Error is only just advanced or getting up to the feudal age now. Daut is already into the feudal age, and he is throwing down a market and a blacksmith on his starting island. So he is definitely going to go for a fast castle, which is interesting because he's only got 1 dock, which means that perhaps water control isn't his main priority. And that is kind of like, well, why? Why would it not be? Well, we've got to consider the civilizations here. Franks aren't very well known for their amazing navy. Let's have a look at the tech tree for Franks. If we have a look over at the dock, they have a pretty good navy as a matter of fact, but the problem is they're up against Vikings who are much better on the sea, and we can probably imagine that Vikings will be making some galleys pretty shortly. He's going to want to try and take water control, I imagine, and as a Viking player it is very easy to take water control. So, it is very common to see that Vikings gain a massive upper hand in maps like this, where water control is so crucial. As you can see though, Sci-Fi Error is, sorry, not Sci-Fi, just Error, is heading up to the Castle Age in just a moment, I believe. He's just going to finish this villager off and go up to the Castle Age, but Daut is already on his way there, but he only has 1 dock. He's taking these villagers and the scout over to the main island. If we have a look at his scouting, his only scouting so far has been with a couple of sheep, so it's always important to take your scout to the main island and get as much coverage of the main island as you can with your scout cavalry to find where the gold is and all the other important resources over there. So he's going to send those villagers over, and it looks to me like he's not going to go for anything on the water whatsoever just yet. He's not making any galleys at all, and on the other hand we have Error over here actually starting to pump out some galleys. There's one coming out there. There is, yeah, they're all being queued up at the docks, and he's setting a gather point over here, and he's more than likely going to try and push around to Daut's side of the map and kill off his fishing ships. Fortunately for Daut though, this is really nice. His island is joined here, so it means that because Error is coming from this side, it's going to take him a very long while to get all the way down here, all the way along, up and round to get to Daut's fishing ship. So Daut has kind of bought himself some time, although Error is coming down the other side as well. If he goes straight down here, it's going to be a much faster route to Daut's fishing ships, and as we can see, Error going for a 4th dock right there also, as he is going to be trying to get the water control as much as he can. The problem is, he's not seeing this right here. This is actually Daut's cunning little plan. Daut is on the way up to the Castle Age. In fact, he's nearly just about there, and he's throwing 2 docks right forwards on to Error's Island. And we don't see this very often. It's not very often that you see your opponent making docks right here so soon. You don't expect them to be on the main island so quickly, and that is indeed what Daut is doing. He's on the main island and into the Castle Age making fire ships. This is a great strategy because, as we know, although Vikings have a really big advantage on the water, they can make galleys extremely quickly. They are pretty cheap as well. We know for a fact that fire ships absolutely demolish galleys, and we should see that in action. I imagine there's 2 fire ships just out there, there's 2 more on the way, and there's some galleys just about to come past here. They may actually see these docks. We'll have to have a look and see. I cannot say for sure, but they may notice these docks, and Error just getting ready to send over 4 villagers and a scout to the main island as well. As you can see now though, Daut just slipping past. I don't think he noticed that. He's going to see this fishing ship there. Oh no, he did notice. He has noticed, and out of the fog of war comes Daut with his fishing fire ships, not fishing ships. I'd be worried if he was launching a fishing ship attack. That would be rather wrong. He is probably going to have a very good shot at taking out quite a few of these fishing ships actually, and if he does manage to do that, he is going to be in a great position because his economy is going to get so far ahead, and in come the fire ships to these fishing ships right here. These fishing ships are going to get demolished. Look at that, just getting absolutely cut to bits. Fortunately for Error though, he's into the Castle Age, he's able to upgrade to War Galley, and he's finally getting around to the back of Daut. I think he doesn't think that Daut has any fish back here. He's only got 1 fishing spot, and in comes Daut with more fire ships. I don't know if he's going to be able to produce enough to take the water here, but he's definitely taking out quite a few galleys. He's doing a really great job on the water. He's going to be able to take out a few, that is for sure. These fire ships are absolutely deadly. He's going to try and take out his fishing ships as much as possible. Properly caught Error off guard there. Error was pretty certain Error wasn't expecting that many fire ships just to appear out of nowhere, and this has really caught Error off guard. And Error is now going to have to defend his water as much as possible. Meanwhile though, Daut has already got a town centre up on the mainland, so has Error for that matter. Well, it's not up yet, it's on the way, and Daut is going to start booming his eco. At the same time though, he's managing to take out quite a lot of Error's ships. Error will probably be able to take the water control overall though, as he does have a lot more docks, but my, these fire ships are gutting Error's ships. Well, you know, they're absolutely owning them, and there is more on the way. It doesn't look like Daut is going to stop with these fire ships. He knows he's onto a winner right here, and I don't blame him for that. If he manages to take out Error's fishing ships, then he's going to be in a really great position. His economy is going to gain a substantial lead over Error, and as you can see, his score is starting to get a little bit ahead. I think probably from his military score right now. He's doing a really great job of this. Of course though, the main counter, or the best counter to fire ships, is demolition ships, and it looks like Error has read this very nicely. He's actually making some demolition ships, which is something we don't see so often in a random map game. But out come a demolition ship, and we should see how effective a demo ship is, because demolition ships are great against fire ships, because fire ships can't attack until they are adjacent to the demolition ship. Of course, this demolition ship is going to come out right now, and it's probably going to blow these guys up. There we go. There's 1 down and 2 really heavily injured. So demolition ships are great counter to fires, and it's nice to actually see them in use here. It seems like you are wasting them though when you actually use demolition ships. You don't realise how effective they actually are, because you obviously lose your ship at the same time. But Daut now really sort of shifting Error's focus back onto the water, and meanwhile Daut is getting his economy going strong. He's got only 2 town centres for the time being, but I imagine he'll have a 3rd before long. I think actually Daut, yeah actually, he must have built another one somewhere, because, oh, there we go, down at the bottom here on this gold. So he's already at 3 town centres. Error is also on 3 himself, but I don't think he's got such a good position on the main island. As you can see, he's not really got any gold in sight, whereas Daut does have this gold down here. And over at Error's base, Daut still using his fire ships to good effect. These demolition ships coming in, managing to do a little bit of damage, but unfortunately they're not as effective as he was probably hoping for them to be. Fire ships, when well microed, can actually outperform demo ships if they are microed well enough out the way while the war galleys attack them. Only 1 fire ship left for Daut, and these guys' scores pretty neck and neck right now. He's continuing to make fire ships, and as we can see, Error's fishing ship, or Error's fishing has been severely reduced. He's only got 5, 6, 7 fishers on the water, whereas Daut does have actually, no, he has less himself, so fishing now isn't such a big focus of this game. I believe, though, that it's now going to be a matter of who can hold the middle for as long as possible. A nice advantage of being Franks is that their castles are substantially cheaper, though we can't see any castles coming out from Daut just yet. Error launching a very nice attack onto Daut's town right here with this mangonel. Of course, mangonels do outrange town centres by 1, and a scorpion as well. Pretty interesting. We do know, though, that Vikings don't have the, well, they're not the best civilization. They get blessed, but I don't know, they're not so great. They are mainly a naval civilization, so it looks to me like Error is managing to claim the water back. Daut has been a little bit unsuccessful in fully taking control of the water, but he definitely did a lot of harassment to Error here, and forced him to probably make quite a little bit more on the water and waste some resources right there. Back on the mainland, though, we have got Daut creating some knights. Of course, Error is going to be making some monks to counter that. Monks are a great counter to knights, as we saw in the, well, I don't think we saw it so much in the last game, but we did see use of monks from Chris, of course, and we should see a little bit more interesting stuff going on the mainland now, because this is where the focus of the battle will probably be. A 3rd stable coming out for Daut. I imagine he's going to be making even more knights very shortly. He's already got quite a few queued up, but he's a little bit short on food at the moment. He's going to have to get a few more farms out by the looks of things. And managing to, oh no, he lost his mangonel there, unfortunately. So not so much going on the land. Daut is probably going to lose these docks to the war galleys right here. He's only got 2 fire ships inside of there, so anything that Error is making on the water right now is probably going to be wasted, unless they can do enough damage at the shoreline to cause substantial harassment to Daut. But these guys' scores still pretty much neck and neck, but Daut is doing a pretty nice boom right now. Let's have a look at how much population they have both got. Error is on 94 and Daut is on 95, so as I say, it is so close right now. Although we've got to bear in mind, Error has quite a lot more ships on the water, and my imagination tells me that Error is probably doing a little bit worse in economy right now. And we'll just have to wait and see how effective Daut can be with these knights. He's massing quite a few up here, and Error is continuing to make monks. Of course, if he doesn't make enough monks, the knights will very quickly overpower them, and it will be to little use. And yeah, I'm just going to speed things up until we see a little bit of a battle, because there's not a great deal going on. Daut just losing his remaining fire ships over here, and now the light cavalry going in, taking out the monks, and the monks got taken out so quickly. Unfortunately, they were just wasted for Error right there. Now Daut pushing through, managing to take out this mangonel and the scorpion right there. There is quite a few knights there as well. I believe that's about 14, and yeah, that is 14. Now 13, but nevertheless, Daut actually doing a great job here, actually taking out quite a few villagers from Error, bringing in a battering ram as well to take out the town centre. Error was probably not expecting that many knights all of a sudden. Let's have a look how much time has gone past, 30 minutes. So these guys are a little bit delayed by the fact that they've gone so heavily into water, but Daut doing a nice job of harassing Error's economy here. He's taking out quite a few villagers, losing a few knights in the process, unfortunately, but he's at least going to take out this town centre from Error, which is going to set Error back so much. I don't think Error knows about Daut's 3rd town centre down here, though he must assume it exists. No, he doesn't know about that at all. And Daut managing to pick off more villagers as they run away from him, and that was a really nice push there, really swift and exactly how it should be. Daut going to continue pushing, probably going to try and take out this town centre as well. Error throwing down some barracks, he's probably going to make, yep, there we go, spearmen coming out. I imagine pikemen, yeah, is being researched just to get a little bit of an upper hand against these knights. Unfortunately though, he's been caught really well off guard. I don't know if I could say off guard, but he has been definitely caught out here, and he's having to flee with his villagers, which unfortunately he is going to lose. Daut doing a swooping, really effective swooping attack right here onto Error's base on the mainland. If he can take out this second town centre, Error is going to have a real hard time getting a foothold on the mainland. Over on this side of the map though, I have just noticed this fleet of war galleys is heading over to Daut's base. He may be able to take out a few fishing ships here, though it won't have too much of an effect on Daut's economy at this stage. However, these war galleys can provide a little bit of nuisance to the shoreline of Daut. If they come around here, take out some houses perhaps, they could even head to here and take out this town centre. That is very possible to do. And Daut now just absolutely gutting Error's base on the mainland. Error trying to get a new town centre up. He might be successful in doing so, but Daut has a lot of knights out already, and there is more on the way, I believe. We have a look at his stables, they are still producing knights, and a castle going up as well. Of course, Franks get much cheaper castles, minus 20% castle cost. Let me just confirm that. No, minus 25% castle cost, so they are a lot cheaper indeed. And this castle is now going to just secure the area. He's even going to be able to make some throwing axemen from there, which indeed he is doing. Throwing axemen do make a nice addition to your army, and a new town centre going up for Daut as well. He's got a ton of wood right now, actually. His economy is a little bit unbalanced. He could do with a few more farms and gold collectors perhaps, but if we look down here, he's doing exactly that. He's got plenty of farms down here as well. Not collecting any relics up yet. I don't think it's going to be necessary. Daut's score is skyrocketing ahead. Meanwhile though, Error is doing a little bit of harassment over on Daut's shoreline, not enough though, and Error gonna try and take out these rams, but these knights doing enough damage to prevent the villagers from being able to repair the town centre up enough. This town centre is about to go down, and he's going to lose so many villagers when this town centre releases in just a moment. And there we go, the villagers going to have to run away, or at least try and repair again so they can get back inside. But this is wasting lots of stone, and unfortunately not a very effective way of doing things. Actually, Error is managing to kind of hold on a little bit, but I think Daut is very quickly going to overrun him with these axemen in the mix as well. Axemen will be able to do quite a bit of damage to the pikemen at range, obviously, and this town centre will eventually go down, I imagine. Error has lost a ton of villagers right here, and that is very messy for him. Continuing to harass at the shoreline, this is very nice. Daut going to lose a few villagers to these war galleys here, but I don't think it's going to be enough to justify the amount of villagers he's lost over at his original base on this mainland. Again, this town centre releasing the villagers because it's too low on HP, and again the villagers try and take out the ram, but they are going to be taken out by the knights once again. Error fighting a losing battle here, it does seem, though he's finally taken out the ram and he's able to get a few repairs on his town centre, enough so that he can get inside. And Daut going to lose his knights if he stays there for too long. Meanwhile though, he is continuing to make throwing axemen. His fourth town centre is active right now, and Daut making some war galleys of his own to deal with the few war galleys left that Error does have. Looks like he's going to be successful in taking the water back from him if he manages. No, he's not going to get that dock up. He's going to have two docks here at the very least, and I don't think there's going to be too much Error can do. This is looking firmly in favour of Daut now. He just needs to kill this monk off very quickly with the axeman. There we go. Look at that, big chunks of health coming off as that monk's buck gets cut to shreds by his lovely throwing axe right there. And Error forced to retreat once again to the shoreline. I don't think he's going to be very successful in rebuilding his base on the mainland, though he is about to find some lovely gold. Oh, he just missed it, I think. Yeah, if he'd have gone a little bit further, he would have seen that gold there, which could have been a bit of a lifeline for him. Though saying that, he has got a ton of gold right now. He can afford a lot of monks, and he's stopped creating monks, interestingly enough. He's continuing to make pikemen though, and to be fair, he's got quite a few resources. He's not doing too badly at all, but The problem is here that he can't spend those resources as he has nothing really to create any units from. And I actually just noticed this is a castle going up here, not a town centre. Error is throwing up a castle. Maybe he's going to make some berserks from there, or maybe he's just going to try and advance up to the Imperial Age. He's nearly got enough food to do so, though resources are starting to run very sparse on his starting island. Meanwhile though, Daut is finally just about dealing with these war galleys, and it's about time too, as they would have been a little bit pesky for him to deal with. This town centre just finishing off the war galley over here, and it looks like Error has lost water once again, which is a little bit annoying for him, and a town centre going up in front of this castle just to make sure that he can keep it safe, I believe. This castle probably not going to be much use for the time being until he gets into the Imperial Age and makes a couple of trebuchets perhaps, but Daut already getting a workshop up, siege workshop at the front here to take down this castle as fast as he possibly can. Error does not want to give up, I don't blame him. It's a very good thing if you can manage to hold out and win against Daut, but Daut has got a very nice score lead right now and a very nice economy to back it up. I imagine Daut is into the Imperial Age as well. Indeed he is, and Error is going to be behind him advancing to the Imperial Age. I can't say for sure, but I imagine Error will probably resign once Daut gets to the Imperial Age. Not 100%, I mean he could still hang in for a bit longer. The problem is he's going to run out of gold here very soon. He's not noticed the gold down here until just now, and Daut is going to have this area on lockdown very shortly, as he's already creating battering rams to deal with this castle. Another castle is going up at the front right here because they are so cheap for Franks to make, and of course Error hasn't really got any army, and pikemen do not beat throwing axemen, unfortunately for him. So these throwing axemen are going to be able to do a little bit of damage, may even be able to take out a couple of villagers here. They've not really got so many upgrades on them just yet, but they are probably going to be able to take out these pikemen so easily. There we go, pikemen getting owned. 1, 2, and 3 dead pikemen right there, as this castle is going to complete. Not a lot else going on, I don't think. Error has continued to make war galleys, but Daut has got some war galleys of his own, of course, fully upgraded, and he even has, oh no, fully upgraded, a lot more upgrades than Error does have. He's going to have to stay back though, as this castle will be a little bit annoying for him to have to deal with. But yeah, I don't think Error is going to be able to do too much here. Daut is maybe going to lose the water in this case, though he does have more upgrades, but he is into the Imperial Age. A trebuchet is coming out, battering rams are coming out, more throwing axemen as well, and maybe a few knights to back it up in just a few moments. But I imagine this castle will go down for Error once this trebuchet comes out, and Error isn't, well, very close to the Imperial Age, but not quite Imperial yet. Daut just trying to cling on to this little bit of gold in the corner. Unfortunately, he's going to lose that as these berserks come in and pick off his villagers. Though I do think Daut's economy is way ahead of Error's here right now. Look at the population, 118 for Error, 164 for Daut. So there is no doubt that Daut is getting ahead in this game, and this trebuchet is probably going to take out this castle fairly soon as well. And Daut even has capped rams now, 4 capped rams. This castle is going down, and he is going to make sure of it. Of course, these mangonels don't outrange the castle, so the castle will be able to take them out very nicely once they get in range, making mangonels to probably counter the throwing axemen here. But I don't think there's going to be so much that Error can do. Another castle going up for Daut, and Daut pushing out once again with the capped rams, going to be able to take out this town centre so quickly. More trebuchets coming out as well, and he will take out this castle, that is for sure. Though Error will not go out without a fight, that is for sure. Though I think Daut has firmly got this game in his favour, as he will be able to deal with a lot of what Error can produce right now, due to the fact that he's got the throwing axemen here already in large numbers, enough to take out the berserks and stuff at any rate. Gonna have to try and take out these mangonels quickly though. They're gonna be a little bit pesky to deal with. Gonna be able to take out a few axemen there, perhaps. And Error just saying, yeah, he's finally GG'd it up. And yeah, pretty good game actually. I really liked this game. Thanks again to Cysion for putting this on AoCbox, where I got the recording from. And yeah, very nice game from Daut here, and still undoubtedly the master of AoC at this given time, at this given moment. I really liked his fireship push right here. It really slowed Error down, and I'm sure Error wasn't expecting that. And then by that time, he's already gained a nice control of the mainland and just managed to mop up from there. So once again, I've been Zach. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.